What's up everyone? Tiffany Quinn here with your framework, upper body, and a little bit of core. For today's workout, we'll be sculpting and strengthening into your back, your chest, and your shoulders using standard dumbbell strength exercises to help you get a leaner, more defined upper body X-frame. We'll also be including a series of core crunch clusters throughout each circuit to help you fire up your abs and give your arms a moment to recover before we go back into our loaded sets. All you need for equipment today is a pair of lighter or medium dumbbells for your upper body, and today I'll be using my 10 and my 15-pound sets. I'd also recommend having a mat for cushioning just for those core crunch clusters, and outside of that, that really is all you'll need. For the structure of our workout today, we will be using a circuit-style formatting with our timer set for 50 seconds work and a 20-second rest between. Now after each of our circuits, we'll be completing one of those core crunch clusters, which will vary throughout each circuit, but we'll also be repeating each of those circuits one time through to help with muscular development. We'll be starting off with the back muscles, then working into the chest, and finishing off the workout with shoulders. Now with that being said, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button for me, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and let's go ahead and burn things up. What's up everyone? Welcome back for our back, chest, and shoulders workout, plus that little bit of core between. Now I do want to get us straight into our workout because it's a 95-degree day here and we are going to see how this goes together. Now we will be using our slightly heavier weights for that first half of the workout, or rather first 75% of it I should say, and then switching to our lighter set when we get to shoulders at the end. So we've got something to work our way towards and look forward to. Now our first exercise today is going to be our hinged rows. So we're going to have the palms facing in, hinging through the hips, facing straight ahead, the elbows come up towards the waist, and back down. Feel free to use slightly heavier weights through this one. We do have enough rest time for it, and I would like you to feel a bit fatigued in each muscle group by the end of each of our circuits. Now, the other thing I want us to focus on before we get into it is we're actually going to create more of an arch as we come back today rather than coming in line with the shoulders. So instead of straight up, I want us to think about creating more of an arc coming back. Going in 3, go ahead and grab those weights. In 2, in 1. All right, shoulders are away from the ears. We're hinging forward through the hips. Palms are faced in. We bring it back and back down, slow and controlled. Both arms facing straight ahead, eye gaze forward, core is squeezed in tight, and back staying straight throughout. Bring it up and back down. Squeezing and retracting your shoulder blades at the top of the movement. Squeeze up, creating more of an arc, and back down. I do think this is a harder way to do this one. Squeeze up, pause at the top, slow to lower. 1, 2, pause and down. Can you get 2 more in there for me? Last one, slowly lower and bring those weights back to the mat. Our next move is our gorilla row, so the feet are gonna come nice and wide. We're hinging forward, squat down, support the opposite elbow on your knee, and grab a hold of one of your weights, this time coming straight up in line with the shoulder and down. In 3, weight in the heels, 2 on 1, squeeze up, slight pause, and slow to lower. Squeeze up, slight pause, slow to lower. Squeeze your core in nice and tight. Facing straight ahead once again, still keeping the shoulder away from the ears. Retract down, think about working those lats, and lower. Up, 2, pause, and down. It's only 4 exercises per circuit, plus our core crunch cluster, and we're only repeating them one time through. Squeeze up, pause, slow to lower. If you've got heavier weights than me today, this is gonna be even slower than where I'm at. 1 more, slowly down, and relax that weight to the mat. We're coming back to that position, working on the other side. 15 seconds to go. Yeah, I feel it, it is hot in here. All right, I could run the AC, but then you get that really loud buzz going, so we're gonna tough it out. Going in 4, feet wide. 3, hinge forward. 2, squat down. Support the opposite elbow, up towards the waist. Pause, slow to lower. Again, shoulder away from the ear, breathe through it. Breath in as you come up, breath out on the way down. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Doing an incredible job. Just make sure you're bringing oxygen to those muscles while you're working hard. Find a good beat, find your focus. Retracting the scapula at the top, protracting as you bring it down, meaning punching forward, so to speak. Can you get 2 more for me? Last one, slowly lower, burn that timer out, and bring that weight down. From here, we're gonna come down to the mat, prepping our core for action here. I want you to squeeze the core tight, brace the quads as you come into a plank position. Hands are in line with the shoulder, alternating left and right into our rows. In 3, 2, come up to the toes. 1, row right, back down. Row left, back down. Take your time. Breathing throughout. Keeping a nice straight back, straight spine. Eye gaze forward. Everything in alignment. And separating the movements between each side. Find that balance and then switch. And lower. Your favorite drink is on your back. You're not gonna let it fall. The torso's not rocking. And if you need to, you can also do this one on your knees or single kneel. Up towards the waist, back down. You've got 8 seconds left. Back down, 5 more seconds. 1 more each side. Finish it off, lower down, and relax. Weights over to the side now. We're going into our first set of crunches, and we're starting with a standard bent knee crunch with the arms folded over. If you need more support here, place your toes under the handle of the dumbbells. Cross the hands over, opposite hand, opposite shoulder, coming up vertebrae by vertebrae, lowering the same way. Upper spine, mid spine, lower, and reverse. Squeeze up, face straight ahead, chin tucked towards the chest. You're doing amazing. We only have 3 core clusters today. Of course, if you'd like to make this harder, those feet are not going to be under the dumbbells. Another thing you could do here is use ankle weights, which will help even out the balance of where your weight is. And lower, squeeze that core tight. Back down, breath out, breath in on the way down. Let's get 1 more up and come back up to standing, repeating that same circuit 1 time through. Now I know a lot of you guys don't love repeat style workouts, but that is what gets us true aesthetic change and helps us with progression. All right, we're going into our hinged rows, creating that arc back in 3, 2, hinge forward, straight spine, up towards the waist, a little bit further back, and down. Face straight ahead. Create that arc for me. I want to make this harder. Squeeze up and lower, just creating some small variations, changing what we're used to a bit, learning new things. Bring it up and lower. Pause at the top, slow to come down. Pause at the top, slow to come down. Breath out as you raise, in on the lower. And down, let's get 2 more. And down, let's get 1 more, you got this. Slow to lower and relax those weights. 50 seconds, I feel like it actually does go by fairly quickly. Now take the feet wide for me. Again, we come into our hinge position, squat down, support the non-working elbow on your knee, facing straight ahead. If you'd like, you can also do the hinge position. I personally like this one better. It's less tension on my back, but everyone's gonna be different. Let's go ahead, bring it up towards the waist and lower. Towards the waist and lower. Now be mindful that you're not allowing your torso to rock from side to side. Nothing is dipping. Squeeze up and lower. 1, 2, slowly down. Retract at the top. Allow a bit of a stretch as you lower without dipping the torso or dipping one of your shoulders towards the mat. You can also use your weight for support if you'd prefer. The other weight can come right below the non-working hand. Same thing, and lower. And lower. Can you get 2 more? Yeah, you can. Last one. Slowly lower and relax that weight down over to the other side. This has been my favorite row variation for a couple months now. I feel also like I can go a bit heavier when I do it from this stance. Going in 5 seconds, let's hinge forward, get into position, squat down, grab that opposite weight up towards the waistline, and lower. And lower. So you've probably noticed I'm using 15-pound weights today for these. Can I go heavier with these? Absolutely, but I will be honest with you. I've been training pretty hard lately, especially with the creatine supplementation. So things are feeling a bit sore, and I'm really not trying to over-aggravate things. So you do have to adjust based on your energy of the day and how your muscles are feeling overall. It's always better not to over-push it when you know better. Squeeze up. Slow to lower, squeeze up, slow to lower, and to get in enough protein that you're rebuilding that muscle. Last time, slowly down, and we come down to the mat for our second set of probably the most hated exercise through this routine, our renegade rows. If you'd like, you can also do this from a single kneel. All right, so you're gonna take one leg back, and the opposite arm is gonna row. You're gonna switch it halfway, so at 25, change. Or up into that plank, in 2, in 1. Brace the quads, brace the core, nice straight back, squeeze up, slow to lower. Last set of rows. And we've got our second core crunch cluster, the same one as before. Using the weights for support or not. Wherever you're at, it's exactly where you're meant to be right now. Squeeze that belly button towards the spine. Separate those movements, not allowing the hips or shoulders to rock. Squeeze up, quick pause, back in line with the shoulder. Squeeze up, quick pause, back in line with the shoulder. We've got 4 more. 3 more, there's 8 seconds left. 2 more. Finish that other side for me and lower down. Okay, same as before, either using the weights for support or not. Just to show you once again, I line them up, place my toes right under the handles, and opposite hand across opposite shoulder. Going in 4 seconds. Whew, so hot. Let's start from the base in 2 and 1. Squeeze up. Try to come up to the knees and lower. If you can't come all the way up, this is okay. Start here and down. Shoulders off the mat. Back down. Chin tucked to chest, facing straight ahead. Breath out as you raise. Breath in as you lower. Breath out through the mouth and in through the nose. We've also got spinal segmentation at the end for one of our crunches, because I do think that's a good one to practice. And back down. And back down. Next we hit chest, so we are staying here on the mat. 2 more. Last one up, and you can stay right there. All right, I'm sticking with my heavier weights, and we're coming into our neutral stance with the feet. Palms are facing towards the feet, and we're forming an A shape as we come down into our wide chest press. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. We're going in 5 seconds. In 2, in 1, get comfy. And we come down, 2, 3, and up. 1, 2, 3, and up. Breath in as you lower. Breath out on the extension. You want to stretch the pectoral muscles as you come down and squeeze them to lift those weights back up. Think about that muscle that you're burning into. Slow to lower, allow that stretch at the bottom, and squeeze. And squeeze. 20 seconds. This circuit's gonna go by the fastest, I can guarantee it. Keep those shoulders drawn away, and press. Feel that stretch, and contract to come up. It's kind of a tricky muscle to think about working. Last time, and you can relax those arms down. Now stay exactly where you are. We are staying with this exercise, but this time, just like I had you bring your elbows to the mat, we're going to stop at the bottom of the mat and then press. So we're getting rid of that elastic energy that helps us come back up. Going in 4, 3, I'll guide you through it. 2, 1, all right, press up. Now slow, 2, 3, and pause. And up, and slow, 2, 3, and stop. And up, and 1, 2, 3, great job. And up, take out that energy, that elastic energy. We want to increase the tension right now. Stop and press. 1, 2, 3, come to the floor and press. 1, 2, 3, come to the floor and up. All right, you're on your own from here. And raise. And raise. And raise. Last 1, 2, 3, and stop. Give me one more press and bring it in with the palms facing together and down towards the mat. So once again, we're staying in this position. Be mindful to keep both shoulders on the mat. We're going alternating single arm wide chest press. Really working on this exercise here. In 4, let's bring those weights over. 3, 2, straighten out the knuckles and the wrists. Over to the left, come down and press. To the right, come down and press. Slightly tapping the mat when you come down. This time we're not relaxing on it though. Incredible job. We've got one more exercise for chest to follow. Then we've got our second core crunch cluster. And then we repeat one time through. And press. And press. Breath in on the lower. Exhale as you come up. When you inhale on the lower, you're expanding the pectoral tissue, which is what we want to achieve here in order to better contract it and activate it. Last one on that right, palms in, bring the elbows in and lower down. All right, we're going into our chest flies next. You want to keep a slight bend in the elbows through this one. Palms are facing each other, out to the sides and back up to a range that you're comfortable working in. How low I go may be different from how low you go. Pay attention to the cues that your body gives you. Let's bring those weights up. Slight bend in the elbows, out to the side. And raise at your own pace here. Again, still expanding the pectoral tissue, contracting on the way up. There you go. Do you feel that? Shoulders are drawn away from the ears. And raise. Out, 2, 3, and raise. Now from here at the halfway point, we're only going to take it 3/4 of the way up and back down. Hold that tension. And 3/4 up. Slow, 2, 3, and 3/4 up. 3/4 up. Great job. 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. This time you can bring those weights all the way over and bring the elbows down towards the waist and lower down. Now for our next one, this is when we have our core crunch cluster. I'm coming into L-sit. You can also do this from the bent knee position. We're going to take one of those weights if you're more intermediate advanced, beginners go without, and we're holding it horizontally at the forehead. We're going to come down vertebrae by vertebrae. Same thing on the way up. Chin tuck to chest, come up from the upper back, mid back, lower back, and dig the heels into the mat to help you stay in place. And back down. Slow as you need to go. Core held tight. Breath in on the way down. Breath out as you lower. We're halfway now. Try to keep the elbows forward. If you want this to be even harder, though I would use a lighter weight for this, that weight can also come behind the head. Last one. Last lower. You know what? Burn that timer out. Give me one more good one. And raise. All right, grabbing hold of both weights once again. 20 seconds into our wide chest presses. Again, forming that A shape. So you have a bit of an angle as you come down, protecting the rotator cuff. In 10 seconds. I'm feeling good. This is a good one so far. Going in 5, 4, 3. Let's come back. On 1, press up for me, form that A shape, 2, 3, and raise, coming just short of the mat and then back up. Our next one is when we have those dead stop chest presses. So that all that stored energy we gather as we come down, we won't be using to bring ourselves back up. We want to reduce it and then build up that tension again to raise the weight. It's pretty effective for strength training. Keep going for me. Incredible job. You're past the halfway. And then we've only got one more circuit after this. So now that you know what's coming, if you felt like those last 2 reps of each interval were not challenging enough, then you know that the weights are too light. And press. And press. Let's do one more. Come down to the mat, and you can relax your hands right here. We've got our dead stop chest press. So we pause at that base, and then we press overhead. 10 seconds. Chest presses are relaxing and evil all the same. I really, really love them. Going in 2, in 1. Palms are facing towards the feet. Straighten out the knuckles and wrists. Press up, 2, 3, and stop. Up, 2, 3, and stop. Soft bend in the elbows when you reach the ceiling. And stop. Press, 2, 3, and stop. If you've got heavier weights, this is much slower, okay? I'm your guide, but you make the workouts your own. And stop. Up, 2, 3, and stop. Let's change it up a little bit. Bring the weights up. Palms are facing towards the chin now. Down, 2, 3, and stop, and up. 2, 3, and stop, and up. Supine press. Let's get one more. And up, and bring the palms to face each other. Bring them down towards the waist and lower into our alternating. This time, the alternating chest press, we're gonna go with those supine chest presses. So the palms are facing towards the chin, just switching up the muscle we're working a little bit. Going in 5, 4, kick back, 2, on 1, palms are facing the chin, elbow towards the waist, and raise. Coming down, and raise, hitting a little bit more of the triceps now. And up. And up. Great job. Alternating, keeping both shoulders on the mat, not allowing them to protract forward. We want to draw them back and down. Hold the scapula in place and raise. Slow to lower and raise. You're also going to feel this right near your armpit is where it should start to be lighting up. And up. Come on, keep going. You've got 20 seconds left. Right near the end. And raise. 12 more seconds. And up. And up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more seconds. Last one, palms in and bring the elbows down. Doesn't that just like add such a fire right there? Okay, we've got one more exercise for the circuit, then we are into our lovely shoulder circuit, which is the one I'm most looking forward to today. And going in 5 seconds. Out to the side, back up in 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Soft bend in the elbows. 2, 3, and come up halfway this time. 1, 2, 3, 50%. 1, 2, 3, only halfway. Draw that line in your head where it's at. If you're more of a beginner right now, that's okay. You can come up to the top. But those of you who have been with me a while, you should have no problem doing this. And raise the halfway. Raise the halfway. We've got 20 seconds. Let's bring it up to 75 now. 1, 2, 3, and 3/4 up. 1, 2, 3, 3/4 up. Let's get one more rep just like that. One more rep all the way to the top. Bring the elbows in and lower those weights down into our L-seated position or bent leg if need be. Grabbing a hold of one weight in front of the forehead, horizontal hold. Squeeze that core in tight. Pull the belly button in towards the spine. Going in 5, 4, 3, 2. Dig the heels in as you come down. 2, 3, and roll it up. And roll it up. Think about segmenting the spine down, segmenting the way up, lower, mid, upper back, and raise. and raise, 30 seconds. And up. We're gonna switch to our lighter weights to follow. And just so that you're aware, the position we're going into will be for Arnold presses. You can do from kneeling or standing. I'll leave it up to you. Entirely up to preference here. Let's get one more. Bring it up and lower that weight down. If you want, you can do one more to burn that timer out. And you can put your heavier weights over to the side. We have 10 more intervals to go. So we are more than halfway through our workout now. All right, I'm going with my 10 pounds for this one. Weights are in at the shoulders. Again, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Right here, overhead press, back down, come down all the way into our lateral fly. 1, 2, 3, lower it down, out to the side, back in, up, overhead. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep that beat. When you come into your lat raise, only coming up to shoulder level, not higher or less. If your range of motion is limited, that is okay as well. You're still working the lateral deltoid, which is the middle head of our 3 delts. I love scientific jargon. It's my favorite. All right. Incredible job. No spaghetti arms. Full body tension. Bring it up, overhead. Last time, last fly. Lower it down. Have a moment. Great job. We're going into our milk jug raises now. Arnold press to milk jug. So same exercise we just did. Overhead, back into 90, shoulder level, and down. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Palms are starting on inward, facing each other, to the side. Lower, Arnold press down. Sides, lower, Arnold press down. Smooth it out. Breathing throughout, core is tight. Chest is lifted and proud. We're not looking down, we're not looking up, we're not looking left or right, just straight ahead, possibly cursing me out for 2 sets of Arnold presses in a row. Overhead, back down, lower into that 90, to the side, back in towards the waist. You can get there. There's only 15 seconds. Do not drop those weights yet. You're almost done. Tough it out. Don't cheat yourself. Most of us don't train towards fatigue. It takes a lot more than you think. All right, lower those weights down. Single arm overhead shoulder press next. Sorry, pick your stronger arm to start. We're coming into a 90-degree angle. Angle that slightly forward, about 10 to 20 degrees. Overhead, back down. In 3, 2, shake it out. 1, let's take it away. To the top, slowly back to shoulder level. Now what I don't want to see, so see how I'm angled like so? You don't want to be right here. It's how I used to train. It's not great for your rotator cuff, and it doesn't as effectively hit your anterior deltoid. So stay in that slight angle forward. Where you angle it is where is best for you, but know not to have it straight out to the side. Especially as you get heavier with the weight training, it becomes worse and worse for that joint. Press, 2, 3, and up. 2, 3, and up. Trying not to lean over to one side. Keep that torso lifted and tall. Let's get one more in there. Should be feeling it now. Palm in towards the shoulder and lower down. So now that your other arm has had an extended break, we're talking 70 seconds here, you should be doing the best overhead presses of your life on the opposite side. Going in 10 seconds. I need water. Pay attention to that timer. In 5, 4, 3, 2, up to 90, press, and slow to lower. We're not allowing gravity to push our arm down for us. You want to control it. 2, 3, and up. 2, 3, and up. And up. Almost halfway. And remember, we've only got one more exercise after this, and then we repeat the same ones, and then we're done. Press, 2, 3, and up. 2, 3, and up. Come on, keep going. Stay strong. That arm should be feeling really good after 70 seconds of rest. Another 3, and 2. Last 1, 2, 3, palm in, lower it down, and come back to the mat. We're going into spinal segmentation crunches. So just like we were before, we're in a bent knee position if needed. Feet are flexed. We're gonna start from the bottom here. Take both hands forward in balled fists or palms facing. Chin tucks to chest. We're gonna round forward through the upper, the mid, and the lower spine and try to reach as far as you can. Staying in a pain-free range and back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Hold that flexion. Coming forward through spinal flexion, holding that spinal flexion as you lower back. Hitting the lower back, the mid back, the upper back. Hold flexion and back up. Rounding forward. Incredible job. Take your time on this. This one isn't meant to be rushed. Breathing through it. Let's take it one more time back. Hold flexion. One more time up. And come back into extension into your upright position. And from here we take it from the top. Arnold press and lat fly. Both weights for me. Woo! The heat, the heat, the heat. We're doing great. I think we're getting through this exceptionally well, actually. All right, in 3, 2, kneeling or standing, 1, weights are at the shoulder to start. Overhead, back in, lower down, out to the sides. Soft bend in the elbows when you come into that fly. Same thing as you come to the top of the range of motion for your overhead press. Over, in, down, and out. Doing great. Do not give up. Do not give up on those last 5 intervals. You made it 25 minutes so far. Pretty incredible. I can't even tell you how many people don't even make it through 5 minutes. So give yourself that applause and then just keep on working through it. You want to be the person that finishes the workout? This is how we do it. Talk yourself out of it. If you were going to walk away, got to cover shoulders. Sometimes they're the hardest ones to work, but we've got this. Last one up. Last lower. Give me one more Arnold press, please. Back in, back down. Into our milk jug raise with Arnold press. Personally, I'm not ready for this one, but it's on the list, so we're gonna do it. Don't let that voice take over. Whenever that voice tells you, you really don't wanna do that, chances are you can, so you might as well. In 2, in 1, unless you're truly fatigued. Palms are facing in, elbows tucked to waist to start, to the side, lower, bring it up and out. 1, 2, 1, 2. Nice and smooth, no jerky motions. If you need to lighten the load, that's okay. If you need to go without weights, that's okay. You're still gonna work on those muscle fibers, just a little bit different. At that point, it's just endurance based, right? Out to the side in that 90, back in, overhead. We are more than halfway through. Keep pushing for me. Even if it's slower, even if you're taking pauses, you've got 5, 4, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, last one, and lower down. Single arm overhead press next. 2 more rounds, and then we are complete. Whew. I am going to challenge you through this one though, even though I might not be feeling it myself, but we're going to go ahead and do it. So with the opposite weight, the non-working arm, we're gonna hold that in 90, and we're gonna press on the left and lower. Press and lower. Keep that other arm up for as long as you can. I'm gonna challenge myself here too, and I'm sure I'm gonna start shaking, but I wanna see if we can get through another 35 seconds with that arm and hover. Don't let it sink. Keep the shoulders away from the ears, facing straight ahead. Tell me how evil I am. I live for that. And back down. Press, 2, 3, and up. 2, 3, and 15 seconds left. Oh, there's the shake. There's the tremble. I'm going to work through it for another 10 seconds because I know I can. 3. Even just holding your arm up without the weight can be challenging too, so you're welcome to do that. Last one. Bring it in and lower. Take those 20 seconds. Take the 20 seconds, shake it out, roll it out, and prepare yourself for that other side. This arm is burning more than the arm that was pressing. Those isolated holds They get you good. Whew. Who felt it more? I want you to tell me in the comments once we finish. Who felt it more in the isolated arm? All right, let's go ahead. Left arm stays static, the right arm up, and slow to lower. This arm is really hating on me right now, but I think it can make it. I've got to power us through this. Come on, Tiffany, you're strong, you're powerful. If you're right here with me, I salute you. And slow to lower, we've got 30 seconds left. Come on, baby. Press, 2, 3, and you're stronger than you think. 2, 3, keep that in mind. Get rid of any other voice in your head right now. I want to hear the voice that tells you you can do it. 2, 3, and up, 2, 3, stay tall. Woo! 3 more. Last 2. Last one, bring it in and lower it down. Oh my gosh, one more exercise to go. Seated spinal segmentation crunches. That is quite a lot to say in 1 second. Let's come into our L-sit position or the bent leg position if you need to. This time we're gonna start from the top. I want you to round down for the upper, mid, and lower back. Hands are in front. We're gonna roll back, starting with the low back hitting the mat. Now the mid back hitting the mat, vertebrae by vertebrae. Hold that flexion. The upper back, hold flexion. Do not come all the way down and back up. Breathing throughout at your own pace. Try to extend forward a little bit more than you did last time. Hold that flexion. Lower back. I know they're not the most attractive exercise, but man, do they feel good. This is one that I include in my routine almost every day. It's really helped, particularly with my lower back, which used to flare up quite a bit. It was a weak point for me. It was. All right, last time up, and you can relax those arms down. Quickly, let's just go through some shoulder bars together before you leave, just so that we can relax those muscles back down and work on the mobility for them. So I want you to take your hands out to the side, a little bit further away from the midline, externally rotate the palms, roll the shoulders down. You want to keep the scapula in place. We're working through the shoulder joint, up towards the midline into adduction. Coming overhead through the shoulder joint, pull tension through the arms, straighten out the elbows, external rotation, staying in a pain-free range the entire time. Extend and lower down, then back up. Keep the elbows straight through this. Into your internal rotation, take your time. We're just gonna do 4 reps here. Back down, lift up and over. Into your external rotation, don't allow the shoulders to hunch. Be mindful to stay in that pain-free range. You're fighting for more external rotation as you come over, more external rotation as you come down, more and more and more. And back into our internal, still fighting for internal rotation as you lower back into extension. I believe that was 3 reps. Let's get our last one in there. Slow and controlled, full body brace, nothing else is moving. Back up and over, last time back. And now from here, I want you to take the hands up to the middle back, into fists, and just hold here. Draw the shoulders back and down, enjoy that stretch. Should feel pretty good. For 3, 2, 1, and back into your extension, up and overhead. And again, hold those hands out for me. While the thumbs are up, we're coming up to the shoulders, internal rotation, hold tension, and back out. Come up to the shoulders, external rotation, back into extension. Flex up, internal, extend. Flex up, external, fight for more, and extend. Working on the elbow joint. Last 1, 2, 3, and from here, let's take those arms up, right in front, in fists or palms facing, forward, elevate, depress, and down. Working through the scapula, punch forward, elevate, retract back, back down. Pain-free range of motion. Incredible job, now smooth it out. For 3, 2, try to broaden that range. 1, other direction for 4. Punch forward, depress down, retract back, and elevate. Last 2. Last one, and you can relax those arms down. Let's just work on some neck flexion as well. So we're going to tuck the chin down towards the chest. We're going to side bend, rotate, extend, rotate across, flex down, rotate across, side bend, extend, rotate across, flex down. One more, should be 4 in total. Come to center and opposite direction, flex down, drawing circles with the chin, rotate across, side bend, extend, rotate across, side bend, flex. 3 more. 2 more. I always close my eyes on this one. Last one, and bring yourself back to neutral, to center. I hope that felt really good. I hope you learned a few new things today. And of course, I was more chatty than usual for a 95-degree day here in the studio, but luckily I ran the AC all day and it helped about 2%. All right, everyone, have an awesome day, and I'll see you for our next workout. Don't forget to share this with someone that you think it might help. And of course, comment below. Let me know how you felt, what you enjoyed the most. And I love hearing feedback like that from you guys, especially knowing that people showed up to work out with me. It makes it completely worth doing. All right, everyone, take it easy. Thanks for joining me for our workout today, everyone. Be sure to let me know in the comments which of those core crunch clusters was your favorite variation, and can you guess mine? Now, like the video if you did make it all the way through, subscribe to my channel for a new routine every week, and finally, turn your notifications on so that you don't miss next week's posterior chain dumbbells workout. We're gonna target the glutes, the hamstrings, and the back muscles all at once, and it's guaranteed to be a good burn. All right, everyone, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you for the next one.